Welcome! What's going on? You guys ready?
Today
For Mega Man Zero.
Question of the part. What controller is Trevor playing on?
Also, there's a story.
Okay, so first of all, let me say, it is an actual console controller. Does that help?
That guy died.
And it's
Blood.
it's 2005 or newer.
Well, that to people that actually know video games, when it's a console controller and you can play it on console, that only leaves one system for this game.
Is it? I don't know what
Tips.
it is.
Go ahead and put your comment below, and we'll get back to you by next year.
Yeah.
Puff Puff Pass.
Oh.
But anyway, it is the
Weave draw.
U
Controller.
game
Controller.
paddle.
Whatever.
Okay, so what's going on in this game is that this is the sequel to the X games. So the X games were like 100, 200
What?
years in the future.
Oh, I thought his head was on a stake.
Oh, yeah. And
Oh, crap.
the Zero games are 100 or 200 years in the future after X. So this is pretty dystopian future.
TFW dystopian future.
What happened?
So why are you playing on the gamepad?
No lag.
Does doing it GBA or emulation have lag?
I mean, I can do it through the GameCube, but then it would look awful.
That's true.
And plus, this is comfy. I can, like, sit on my bed and just play this.
So
when I'm
Brandon,
going to
Oh,
sleep.
that guy died.
rip your old car.
Yep.
Rip in peace.
Oh, do you have your new car today?
No.
Oh.
But it's the last time you'll
Do
see
you
it.
have a new car yet, or do
No.
you still have to buy one?
I still buy one.
It's what, like 5 days before the end of the month, and that's the last day you can legally drive it?
Yeah.
What happens if you don't get one till the day after? Will you test your luck in driving it?
Yeah. I've driven that out of inspection before.
Yo, I heard something from my friend that you get less of a fine if you just straight up pull the stickers off than if you have expired stickers. I would look it up just to make sure, but he knows cars pretty dang well.
Oh, hey. Look who it is.
Yo,
Boy, that kind of looks like Zero.
it's a pretty good rendition for the GBA of his theme. So here's the main thing about the Mega Man Zero.
Okay, so here's the first thing that I want to say. This game is really, really hard, and I expect everything to go wrong that can possibly go wrong. So, I did post like a couple days ago proof that I S-ranked this game, but I am not kidding that it took me all day long.
So the rankings are based on...
A bunch of things, we'll get to there.
Yeah.
But it basically comes down to clear time, enemies defeated, damage taken, elves used, the amount of times you die.
Amount of times you press B, gotcha.
I think that's about it.
So, like, literally everything.
And I already am not going to get an S rank
Why is that?
because I got damaged too much.
You mean for the entire game or just for...
Oh, they do it per mission.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to go back to S rank because
Ooh, look at Zero.
this game introduces grinding for abilities. So you get, you have your gun, and eventually you get a sword, but you don't have all the abilities locked. So after this mission, I grinded for about a half an hour. That's about how long it takes to unlock everything. So I'm just going to be loading that save file. So this essentially doesn't matter.
That literal feel. I like when you can only hit it, like, once. Is it seriously one per? Like, is this real life and there's nothing else you can do to take more?
Oh no,
It's a
dude!
hard fight.
Well, it doesn't look particularly hard, but any fight's hard when you only take one damn... Okay, there.
Oh.
Rats! Whoa, watch your language, dude.
Calm down. Who called the pleb? Oh. Bruh.
Oh. Look at that.
I'm gonna tip my trilby to that.
Fedoras aren't fedoras. Zero, is that my name?
My favorite video of all time. I think Parker posted it in the group. Did you see it, Brian? The one where the guy, you probably saw it before, the guy's like in the mirror and he's like, and another thing, these are trilbies, they're not fedoras, and he's like yelling about it.
Oh,
It's my
is it a
favorite.
video?
It's my favorite video of all time. Yeah, like he has his camera phone, right, and he is not doing a selfie. He's like
in the mirror.
he's doing it into the mirror, and it's just like a 3-minute video of him just like being really mad of people trolling with fedoras.
Oh.
It's amazing.
Huh.
Dang, I'll have to find it. Tag you in it. If you actually check stuff, you're tagged in, bruh. You too busy with your girl?
Yeah, totally.
By the
Later,
way,
Bay.
everyone, we have big news for you. Brandon got a GF.
Just kidding. What if you say no way?
I think you're just like, I don't
Hey,
know.
are you sure?
Probably something like that. Okay, so
Oh, wait, so what is X doing? X is...
this is not X, this is 0.
Well, yeah, but they said something about X.
Well, they don't really. They allude to X being a bad guy,
Whoa.
and that's pretty much it
Whoa.
so far.
No. No.
Can I load? No. Okay. So I'm just gonna restart. And then load the thing.
So there's 4 Mega Man Zeros for Game Boy Advance.
Right.
Are they all good?
So actually, like a proper series, each sequel gets better, except for 4, which 4 is pretty okay, but pretty much the first one is, I consider it the worst. So I'm looking forward to do the further ones.
Excellent. And there's also a DS one, or is that just a collection?
That's a collection, and then they have the the
XZ.
ZX games or whatever, and those are sort of sequels too.
You skipped
So-
all the story.
You already saw that.
Oh.
So now that I have all my abilities unlocked, I'll show them real quick. So you have the triple slash, you have a charge slash, which I will be using constantly. You have this thing that's
me in real
awesome.
life.
And then you have the most useless one, which is like a roll slash that I'll never use. And for your gun, you have charge up gun. That's pretty much it.
Excellent.
But that takes half an hour to unlock.
Oh, so...
Yo, Brandon. Do you remember when Capcom made Mega Man games, and they made a lot of them?
Yeah.
Like
This is-
from like 2005 to 2010, where they came out with like 5 a year. Now, granted, they were all Mega Man Battle Networks and ZX and stuff like that.
I mean,
But,
during this time
man,
period, they were still making the PS2 games.
yeah, Mega Man X's for the PS2. They came out with the Anniversary collections and the X collections. Command Mission. What's the GameCube one? Network Transmission.
Yeah.
6 Mega Man Battle Networks for GBA, and usually 2, one of each color. What else? All these Zero games, ZX, Advent. Whoo boy, I'm probably even forgetting some.
That's a lot of games.
Yeah, they made so many.
And that was in a span from like, I'm gonna say roughly 2005 to 2010. All of those were
Now,
there.
I will say that I do like the Zero games. They're actually, like, they had a lot of creative involvement with the Mega Man guy Inafune, while the other ones really didn't. So,
Well, they're all different, but I do really, really like Mega Man Battle Networks.
oh yeah, I mean, I like the Battle Networks too, but they're not like games that I go back to play like all the time
Yeah, it makes sense.
because they're basically RPGs.
And they take a while, yeah. The only bad one out of that entire list that I know of
Ooh.
specifically is Network Transmission for
Aztec
GameCube.
Falcon!
Yeah, that one is not good. So this is the only guy in this game that only has 1 health bar, other than the first boss. But you'll see quickly that I do a lot of damage.
Oh.
That's me.
Yeah.
It is certainly nice for that time limit that you take so much.
Oh, that lag. Rip.
Yeah, that guy's
Dead.
literally ripped. Are
Dead.
these still Mavericks?
So at this point, there is a place called Neo Arcadia, which is sort of the safe haven for humans and like good robots. But you've kind of figured out that it's not really a good compromise because all the Reploids are being discriminated against and being retired. So only humans are prevailing. So you're in the Resistance going against the Neo Arcadia. And basically, the X in this game is the head of Neo Arcadia.
And Reploids are the good guys?
Still S somehow.
Nice.
So as long as I continue to be S, I will try to get S ranks, but once I stop, you can't really get back, so I will stop trying.
Wait, so each one's individual, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying once you get an A on one level, you
Yeah,
can't get back to S?
You can't go back to S.
What? Like for the next level, it's like impossible to go back to
Yeah,
S?
if you get 100, you're still A. It's just how it works. Also, if you're A and you get like a 75, you're still A, because it doesn't like restart it like immediately.
That's frustrating.
Yeah, so S rank in this thing is just like saving constantly and like restarting when you don't get like a perfect thing. So you have these elements now that basically all the like smaller guys are weak against lightning like all the time. And then some bosses are weak to lightning, others are like ice and fire. That's all the elements in this game. And that sort of replaces, like, you know how like Mega Man always has like enemy abilities? You don't get any enemy abilities in this game. They basically prioritize the saber, the how it feels in your gun, over like copy abilities, which is good and bad. I don't know. Oh, also the cyber rails I didn't explain. You can use those and get like permanent upgrades, like
What's that? What was that room right there? Why was there nothing in it?
this is a sub boss, so it was just one of those things.
Oh, so this is a sub boss.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cyber elves give
Very
you permanent upgrades, like increased health, increased damage. But what it does is that it decreases your rank over time. So I'm going to be trying to beat the game without using any cyber elves.
Ooh.
Because once you use a cyber elf, they die, and I guess they think it's bad.
Oh. Bro, we can't have PETA telling us about cyber elves.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yo, Trev, remember in 2011 when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out? And at the same time, there was a lot of talk about Mega Man Legends 3.
Yeah.
And then Zero was in it, and we were like, oh, cool. And then Mega Man ended up not being in it, like, at all. But despite
even the
that,
Ultimate.
despite that, they had a Mega Man Legends stage and other characters from Mega Man Legends, but not Mega Man
Dude, they had a
specifically.
Tron stage.
They had a
It's
Tron stage, which
Catalyst
is
Island.
specifically from Mega Man Legends. So everyone was like, Mega Man Legends 3 confirmed! And then, like, whatever, a couple months later or whatever, they were like, yo, it's not ever happening ever, sorry, bye. It was pretty fun.
And now there's a Kickstarter for that Red Ash game made by Unifune that's basically Mega Man Legends Light, but it's probably not going to reach its goal,
Oh, really?
unfortunately.
What's the goal? Like, pretty high.
800,000, which isn't like a whole ton. But
And Kickstarter,
I don't know.
if you don't
dude, like
reach it, you get nothing, right?
like yeah, you don't get anything. So Inafune already made like a Mega Man successor called Mighty Number 9, but
Yeah.
honestly, it doesn't look that good. So I guess people were like just kind of hesitant, and I as well.
But it's pretty cheap, even for the physical copy.
Yeah, it's only $30, but
What system are you going to collect it for?
I'm definitely getting it for Wii U.
That makes sense. That'll probably be the toughest one to find.
Superhero. That was a 98. That's good.
Nice. Oh, it's coming out on Xbox One, isn't it?
Xbox One and PS4.
It just doesn't feel right on Xbox One.
Oh, they just say cyber elves are children.
I have a feeling that cyber elves are sort of like remnants of like old Reploids, but I don't know.
Dude, I like your F rank.
That's actually an S rank that I completed and saved over, and it just starts you at F again, which kind of sucks.
Oh, dang.
Oh, so this area sucks. Dude, every area sucks. I hate playing this game. This game's so hard.
Oh.
Good game. Thank you, Mega Man Zero.
Sound only. But I don't hear any sound.
I hope I can go back. Can I go back? Okay, good.
Whoa.
This is the secret way you can do it.
Oh.
I like when you walk into a thing and it's like, yeah, so by the way, here's a million things.
Yeah, they borrowed that from like X5. It's unfortunate.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Like, I get it. It's like kind of confusing with like the sensors, but it's not that hard. So I'm going to, since I still have an S rank going, I'm going to grind these enemies for a little bit because they're easy.
What do you gain from grinding? Like experience?
No, you don't get experience. It's just a higher ranking. And I told you, like, as long as I have an S rank going, I'm going to try to get an S rank. And basically,
So sometimes it makes more sense to kill more enemies rather than go through it
this
fast.
game really does not reward you for going fast. What it really rewards you on is killing a bunch of enemies and not taking damage.
Whoa.
So there's a lot of times that I can mess around a lot in a stage, and it still gives me the full 20 out of 20 points for time, because it does not prioritize
I'm okay.
time.
I'm okay with that. Because then otherwise, if they prioritize time, how can they possibly expect you to kill enemies?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can't just enjoy the game.
Yeah, this is Mega Man Zero. We don't enjoy video games.
Yeah.
This is CIB Let's Play. Every single time we play a game, we're like, this game sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hate when I do 0-2, because 0-2 is way harder in this game, but I think they kind of like understood that after like 0-1, 0-2, people didn't really like difficulty, so they made 0-3 and 0-4 a lot easier, which is more fun.
Casuals.
Dude, you know what game you should do, which is the hardest GBA game I've ever played, is Gunstar Superheroes.
Yeah.
It's probably easy and I'm dumb, but I just remember it being so hard.
Correct.
I'm waiting for who does this.
I hit him twice.
So this guy has 3 health bars already. Now there's no enemy with more than 3 health bars, but for a boss this soon, it's surprising.
I'm surprised they weren't just like 12 health bars.
Yeah, it's like a crazy like mauve color or something like that, and you're like, great.
All the colors of the rainbow.
Yo, I was talking to Brad earlier today because I was playing the Mega Man soundtrack when he came in, one of the Mega Man soundtracks for NES. Slightly, well, not slightly, extremely unpopular opinion, but Mega Man 6, best soundtrack of the 6.
Oh, Brad loves 6 because he had it as a kid. He probably agree with you.
Yeah, it was easy for him to agree with me. 6 isn't the best game, but the soundtrack is so good.
I actually like all the original 6 Mega Man soundtracks, but I think the worst is 5.
Yeah, 5, I played through all 6 today, and 5 was the one that I was like, man, it just has so much not memorable
I think
stuff.
my favorite is actually 4 because it's so different. A 100! I've never gotten 100 before.
It's a 100.
Come on. Bro.
Okay, this is going less bad than I thought. No, I just myself.
Let's take a moment to thank the base dog. Thank you,
Oh,
dog.
another thing I forgot to explain. I don't know why there's so much to explain in this game. It shouldn't be this complicated. But all these missions are optional. And
So what's the point of the game?
so you can speedrun this game really fast. You can just fail all the missions by escaping from them, and then just do Neo Arcadia, and that's it. But you don't get like some of the good cyber elves, and you don't get the element chips for boss weaknesses. So it makes the game a lot harder.
So it's like a Saga Frontier where you can just go to the final boss real
Yeah,
fast.
pretty much.
So
This stage is annoying. So
how many missions are there overall?
I think like 10. So this stage, I'm going kind of slow and getting rid of these like sand traps because this is an escort mission thing. So I have to double back with a really slow moving guy. And
Always slow moving.
You know what they say about escort missions?
They suck.
They are the best thing in the world.
and they do the worst thing, which is the guy runs slower than when you're running. So you always have to like stop constantly.
Good. I hope he also cannot attack at all. At least it's not MGS2 where you have to literally hold their hand.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you gain more life?
Like I said, you use cyber elves, but I'm not going to be doing that.
So if you use a cyber elf, you gain life for good?
Yeah, it's permanent.
Okay.
There are some cyber elves that are just
Dude, Brandon, this game's kind of philosophical. It's like, would you just take a kid, like an orphan kid, and sacrifice them
For
to like live 10 more years. Dang, Brandon,
Dang.
you would do that? That's
I
crazy.
would.
Question of the question of the part: would you sacrifice not a person? How do I put this? Like a person you know would get hurt, not super seriously, but pretty bad, and you get like what level? What would you need to have that happen? Does that make sense? Like, would you like if you were like Trevor is gonna end up in the hospital for like a month with like the worst pneumonia possible, but he's not gonna die or anything, and you get like $100,000. Like, would you do it? Like, I don't know.
Dude, that feel when
Would
I
you?
I mean, you
do it?
would have to give Trevor like $50,000, if not more,
Yeah.
because that's like, I mean, that's part of it.
I had pneumonia in like 10th grade and it's awful. It's like the
Like
worst
so, like
time
something
of
on
my
that
life.
level, like breaks an arm real bad,
Hmm.
and then you'll never be a big league pitcher like your dad wanted you to.
I'll never be a big league pitcher like my dad.
Does your dad? Is your dad ever come home and he's like, "How you doing, son?" And he's like, and he like gets home from work from being a chef, and he's like, "So you wanna whip up some food with your old man?" And you're like, "Nah, I gotta go watch my anime." And he's like,
He's like, "Ah, son,
and he just
you're
like,
really disappointed me."
he just wants you to be.
Dude, Spencer, did you ever see that comic of the one where it says "Son, I am disappointed," like
Yep.
the original one? But did you ever see the second one?
Oh.
Dang it! I was trying to save time. Did you ever see the second one where the son like is disappointed with his dad because he's watching like sports and he's like, "Son, watch the game," and like it was football. And like on screen, it's like a football play, and it looks like a big penis. and the son's just like, ugh.
That's pretty dang good. Dad, you don't understand.
Wow. Help me.
These are my gaijins. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about actual like anime or whatever.
Me either.
But like, Brandon, is your dad ever like, you know, if you ever wanted to follow in your old man's
No,
footsteps?
actually, he tells me to never cook ever.
Really?
No,
He's like, don't be a chef.
Don't be a chef. That's what he tells me.
Well,
I mean,
that's what
it's
everyone
like
says.
super. Every chef is like, don't do it.
I
But
mean,
then-
Spencer would never be like, open a video game store because you just figure out that all careers suck.
The sad truth.
I guess if you're like have the best job in the world, where you're like, son, you can be an NFL quarterback if you wanna. I mean, if you wanna.
Like Tom Brady's sons.
Or like, son, yeah, but then at that point, who will be the Patriots quarterback in 20 years? He has two sons.
Also, if
That's tough.
I was a big superstar and I was a Hall of Famer of something like baseball, I would never go to my son and be like, I expect you to be a baseball player. Because just imagine
sucks.
his life would just be like in your dad's shadow constantly.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them. Tony Gwynn, really, really good player with like one of the highest batting average ever, has a son who's like decent, and his name is literally Tony Gwynn Jr. So you're like,
Yeah. That is awful.
Yeah, yes, Court.
I don't think that was awesome if I'm lucky.
you know one that did good. Did you know Ken Griffey Jr.'s dad played baseball for a while?
Yeah, and was
Like-
he bad?
I mean, he was not Ken Griffey Jr. Like, he was
Oh,
good.
nice.